Hey guys, Kapex here with another League of Legends video, and let me start off with saying who I am in League of Legends, that is. In League of Legends, I'm not one of the high ELO ranked people, because normally I don't like to play ranked because I just find the whole rank system not the best. But if you're wondering, well, if he's not a high ranked person, can we even listen to this guy? Well, I've been playing since beta, and I have 660 some wins behind me. And I kind of know what I've been doing, because I've also played Dota, which this is what the game's based off of. But anyways, to get to the actual gameplay, I am playing the Monkey King Wukong, and he did just come out, so I can offer some tips because I've been playing him non-stop, and I've had a lot of success, just like this video that you'll see. So with Wukong, I like to start off with a regrowth pendant and a health pot. And you'll see me take solo mid or top as Wukong, and it's a 2v1, so I'm gonna sit back mostly and try to soak up the experience until I can get far enough ahead of my opponents where they can't kill me as easily as level 1, because 2v1 is never a good solution. But so we have an Amumu jungler, so you saw our whole team protecting there, and right now I'm just basically deciding what the lanes are, because we have a LeBlanc and Tristana, so it's a little iffy, but LeBlanc actually takes mid and I take solo top, and you got Sona and Tristana bottom. So my laning phase, I fast forwarded here for the video just because it's not the most entertaining. So I got Taric and another Wukong, and I don't know if you guys dislike it, but I really dislike mirror champions. I hate playing against the same champion as myself in the same lane because it's a little annoying. But so right now you can see me just sitting back soaking up the experience, because I want to get to level 2 and level 3 as fast as possible, because I do have the experience buff in the utility tree. And for my masteries, if you're wondering, there's 0, 21, and 9, which is a very good mastery setup to have as Wukong, since he isn't the tankiest of champions. But with that being said, you can still get pretty physical with his passive. Now, Amumu is about to come through the jungle here and try to get a gank, but apparently he goes back right here, or maybe he doesn't. No, he doesn't. So we're gonna try to kill Taric here. And Taric's not the best champion to go against because he can stun and heal. And Wukong isn't necessarily the best champion to go against either because he can just decoy out of here. So he stuns me in that bush, and I flash in just to catch up to him because he's taking a whole bunch of damage, and he flashed too. But I do manage to get most of my damage off, but he still gets away because of his heal. And then Wukong comes back in, Amumu snares him, and then I get stunned in tower range, and I thought I was going to die there, but luckily they didn't really do anything with that, and I was able to get away in the bush. So I'm going to think about going back here, but that will just get me further behind. And I have a regrowth pendant, and I pop my health potion, so I'm going to stick this one out since they're pretty low too. Now I'm going to speed it up here again, just to get through the landing phase. And with Wukong, it's pretty easy to farm, but not against two people, especially one that can stun you. So here I am just sitting back, hopefully I'm try to get the experience. And LeBlanc and Amumu take Morgana out in mid, which is always good. It's always good that junglers get ganks, successful ganks, even if it's just an assist in the laning person gets the kill. But pretty much straightforward game laning phase. I'm trying to put some damage on Wukong while not trying to take any damage too, and I'm also trying to farm up a little bit because I don't have many creep kills at this point in the game, and I'm already level 6. So a little bit more about the champion Wukong. For my runes, I have armor pen red, attack speed yellows, cooldown reduction blues, and health quints. So I don't necessarily follow Freak's guide to him. I don't really follow Freak's guides most of the time because I just kind of like making it up on the spot, whatever I need to. So they're trying to harass me, right? But it's getting to the point where I'm over leveling them and I can easily just take all their damage they put out. But I'm still going to be cautious as they can still kill me if they wanted to. But now right here, I'm going to try to get as many of these creeps as I can, and I managed to get a few of them. So that's always good. Now about the abilities of Wukong, if you're wondering about those, I get his E right off the bat, Nimbus Strike. I forget the exact name for it, but that's always the best one because that will do most of your damage, and it's a high scale off of AD. So now Amumu's coming in for the gank, and I told him to go for Wukong instead just because he can't heal and stun. And we both ult at the same time, so it's a double stun, and he tries to get away, and he tries to Nimbus back into us, and that was a mistake since he just got killed. Now Taric is pretty safe because he got to his tower, and we're not going to tower dive a Taric, especially with his stun. And then he tries to stun Mumu, and for some reason he goes back in, and Mumu stuns him. I go back in with both of my spells. Meanwhile, he's taking damage from Mumu's AoE and his red buff, and we pick him up pretty easily. So that was pretty dumb of that Taric to go back in, especially 2v1 situation. Now, those are 2 kills right off the bat, and that's always good, especially when you're the solo lane. 'Cause now the 2 people that you're going against will start to fear you after you killed them twice, and they'll be a little bit more cautious. Now, after you get your first point in E, you want to get your Q, because those are 2 of the best combos, because you can always Nimbus Strike into one of them and then use your Q to do extra damage, and once you get your decoy, you can decoy to get to a safe distance. You get your decoy at level 3, or depending on if you really need the damage, you can get it at level 4 and get a second point in your Nimbus at 3. But after you get all 3 skills, around level 4 or 3, depending on which level you get decoy, you want to max your Nimbus Strike first. Then at 6 you want to get your ult. But besides that, Nimbus Strike is the best ability on Monkey King besides decoy. But decoy is one of those spells that are just, it has so many uses. You can either use it to escape, which a lot of Monkey Kings do, but I found out that it's really good to use it in the middle of a team fight, because you never want to be the center of attention. You always want to be the guy off to the side just hitting people with a stick, basically. Now, I'm getting some decent farm off, and you can see that I picked up a Philostone. And Philostone, I used to be against this item, but now that laning phase and money early game is so important, it's one of the best items you can buy, especially if you have both health and mana. And then I got a pair of boots, and I'm going to pick up a Merc Treads, but I had enough money to buy a Sheen, so I bought a Sheen instead of Merc to finish my Merc Treads. So at this point I'm looking good. I got my Philostone, I'm about to get my Merc Treads, and I got my Sheen. And Sheen is really good on Wukong, because if you use it right, your crushing blow can do a lot of damage. Now Amumu is going to sneak around, but he gets stuck by Taric here, and I didn't notice until he uses his ult. So I'm going to try to flash in here and use my ult, but apparently she barely got away, and by the time I caught up to her, she's already at her tower. So I switched on to Taric, and I didn't use Ignite, and it's a good thing, because it would have been wasted with Taric's heal. Now, incoming Morgana, and there's nothing I can do here to save Mumu, so I basically just try to get to safety, and unfortunately I have to watch my teammate die. Lots of people in that scenario make the mistake of where they try to help their teammate, and instead of getting away with just 1 kill, they get away with 2 kills. Now I'm going to sit back because Caitlyn came, and she has a lot of range damage. Well, she is a ranged carry, but you don't want to get hit by her, and she's been farming pretty good at this point of the game. So as you can see, that's pretty much what you want to do to harass people. You Nimbus Strike in, you get your crushing blow off, and you pop decoy right away, and you try to get away at a safe distance without taking much damage yourself. And then here I go putting more damage, and I actually try to get the kill, right? And she exhausted me and slowed me, so I was pretty much out of the fight, and she's able to get away with that little HP. And I was a little disappointed, because you never like to see kills get away. So now I've been dominating my lane here, as you can see, and I'm just gonna easily farm up these minions here. And whenever you get a chance, if you see a lane that doesn't have any champions in it, go ahead and farm as much as you can until you get countered. So the easiest thing you can do to farm as Wukong is that, especially these 3 magic casters are always together, you can Nimbus Strike into all of them. And it will do enough damage where you can just hit them all really fast, and you'll get the last hit on them, and you'll get your money's worth. And a tip that I can give you guys for soloing top is during the earlier or later in the mid game, and your jungler doesn't really need his jungle anymore, take his, depending on where you are, you can either take his wolf camp or his small golems, and since you're on purple side, you always want to take the small golems, because that gives you lots of experience, and the gold is always nice too. Now, they're really holding me at bay here with all these lane swaps. Now I have Morgana, and she has another stun, and Wukong's back. But I feel pretty confident that I can pretty much do whatever I want here. But I do take some damage with her snare combo with her tormented sorrel. So it's been a pretty just me soloing top lane this entire game. But you know, it's always good to get your money. The more you can farm, the better, even if you're not getting kills. So whenever you have a chance to farm, I suggest you do so. Now, I called Morgana going down to mid, but she still was able to sneak through LeBlanc and kill her. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to get off of top lane to see if I can do anything. But both Taric and Caitlyn escaped to the tower, so I went back up to top lane to farm. That's basically what you just saw there. Now, this is interesting because I get caught and I get exhausted and I get ulted by the Monkey King, right? But I ult right back, so it stuns both of them, and Mumu gets here just in time. And I'm at pretty low HP, but with my abilities, I was able to pick the Monkey King, or their Wukong, and get away. But I'm not in the mood to go after a Caitlyn who can deal damage to me from a distance until I can catch up to her, especially with that low amount of HP. It's never a good idea. And then they tried to tower dive there, and I don't understand why they tried to tower dive when there's 3 people there, and they paid the price and our Sona died. And now I slowed it down here because Amumu, I don't know what he was doing. Look at how much damage he takes before he even tries to do something. He's trying to put damage on Caitlyn there, and there's nothing I can do. It's a 4v1 situation, and I was waiting for my ult to get off cooldown, and unfortunately it's that a second too late, but I accidentally used it anyways because he died at the same second I casted Nimbus Strike, so I decided to go with my ult. But we're wrapping up this video this is going to be part 1 of a 2-part series, and I'm just going to farm some more, and they're picking up kills, LeBlanc, Sona, and Tristana, so they're doing a good job. And right now, I'm doing my best to get as much gold, because Monkey King, once you get his Trinity Force, then he gets, you can pretty much go anywhere with them. And I think I'll explain in the next part more about in-depth items that you can take with the Monkey King. Most of the items I go are, well, those 3 items that you can see right now, the Philistone, the Mercury Treads, and the Trinity Force. Those are the key items. You always want to get those 3 at least. You always want to start with the Philistone, like I said earlier, because it's just such a great item. But then you either want to go 2 ways. You want to pick attack damage or go tank. But that's the end of part 1. And I'm pretty much good right now. I've gotten lots of farm. So that's the end of part 1, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. And before I let you go here, if you're new to this and you found this video on the League of Legends forum, and if you like this kind of gameplay with commentary, please subscribe, because I'm going to do lots more of this, because this is what the channel is basically about. But anyways, if you're excited to see part 2, then subscribe. And if you have any questions or suggestions, I'm always open to anything, and I will answer anything. Leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time.